And we are live. Final score, Man United lose to Man City in the EFL Cup semi-final. Listen, it's peak right about now, but we are back doing a whole bunch of lives. I want to give a massive shout out to everyone that we've got online here today. Myself, Joel from Cheeky Sport. You got Frank Hastings back in the building. Bro, back again. I mean,
That line should be copyrighted at this stage.
It should. It should. It really should. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine someone selling back again Troops t-shirts and Troops not getting money for it? You'll be pissed, bro.
You know, shout out to Troops. Shout out to Troops.
Shout out to Troops. We've still got a couple of fans coming online. Big Steve himself. You know what I mean? Like, he's coming on in a second. I know he's doing he's quickly doing what he's doing on his thing, but yeah, honestly, guys.
Where's it? Is Akeem coming on now?
Nah, Akeem. Today's the only day Akeem can't come on. Someone said,
ironically, Akeem's silent today.
You see how these Man United fans start running away
when his team loses. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's at the wheel of that Fiat 500 that is Manchester United. I love it.
So basically, we've also got Matisse inside. Matisse, how you doing, bro?
All good. Do you know what I mean? It's a blessing not to have to talk about my team. I'm just gonna sit down a little bit so we can't see the crest too much. You know what I mean? There we go.
And I want to say a massive welcome to this week's winner, EFL Cup finalist, Big Steve in the building. How you doing, Big Steve? Hey, this might become a thing, you know. You have to start clapping the opposition when you come online, mate. You know what I mean? Before we start, I also want to say RIP Colin Bell. I know that's a massive thing for the City fans. A lot of respect over there. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's never easy. And you told me earlier on how much of a legend he was, right, Big Steve?
Unbelievable. I was saying to someone before, you can go in any pub in Manchester and speak to any City fan from any generation, and they all know about Colin Bell. And at the end of the day, there's been a lot of shock around City with it, and it's been a bit emotional. And I've looked at the build-up, and it was a bit subdued. But you know what? You've seen that minute silence before the game. You've seen somebody in the stand crying and that. And you know, we've done it tonight. Listen, I'm over the moon because at the end of the season we were struggling a little bit, and even Toby and all the boys were saying, "Oh, you've been found out. Your defence is this, your defence is that." But look at that Diaz, man. Look at that Diaz. He was running through brick walls tonight. Unbelievable player. And John Stones is just bouncing off him. Them two alike. But you seen how fast we were playing tonight from the word go. One touch. Everything seemed a lot faster. Beginning of the season, it was a lot longer. Rodri and Gundogan were ticking along at the back there, just knocking it around. But now it just seems, since that Newcastle game, when he let Gundogan go a little bit forward, it just seems to have clicked the machine into gear. And then all of a sudden now, you know, we're doing all right. I mean, that's good. That's good. I mean, Man United are on form. They're playing well at the minute. They'd have fancied that tonight. But fair play to Pep. Fair play to all the players. We've had a COVID FC, we're known as now. And listen, we're getting through it. And then you look at the bench, you've got Aguero and Jesus sat there. You know what I mean? We could have brought them on any time.
That's crazy. Man City won this without a recognised striker on the pitch. That is mental.
But we just looked. I get this feeling in my bones, and I get this feeling when we go on these mad runs. And at the minute, listen, you can't argue with that. You can't argue with that display.
I just want to say, guys, I'm welcoming Droopy in. He's an honorary London Man United fan.
How we doing, boys? It was. You know what? The first half wasn't that frustrating. It was a really good game. I just felt like it was hard to watch. I was just thinking, what's going to break Man City? Now, obviously, for a minute, we haven't seen Man City as good as today, because we've normally been able to play around them. But I feel like today they just played the right cards out. Shaw he was tired today. I just feel like, I don't know. I would rather Tellez, but Shaw was I don't know. I just felt like it was the wrong move.
Before we go into that, I know you really want to talk about your team, but we're going to be here for a minute. So I want to start off by saying, like, you've told us how good you guys were today, Big Steve. Matisse, what's your thoughts about how good City were?
I mean, we came up against them weekend ourselves, so we know just how good they are. And it doesn't matter if they're playing without a striker; they're still very fluid. I'm very impressed at the moment with Foden because he's playing on that left-hand side, and I thought that would limit him. I thought that would stop him from being able to get, cut inside on his left foot and really start to pull the strings. But the brother is still performing at such a high level, even on that left wing. And he's asked to keep the width a lot and whatnot, but he still does a great job out there. I'm just really impressed with the way that Pep's managed to get around this, because like I said, they've had a lot of players missing and they're still being able to cope with the limitations. They have a deep squad. We knew this anyway. They got a lot of quality in a lot of areas, but to still be missing the players that they're missing in the 11 and to still go ahead and comfortably, really, for me, it was a comfortable win. I know Man United, they've been playing well recently, but for me, I thought Man City were just a level ahead. And that potentially might just be, how the season pans out, because I know Man United are flying high at the moment and, they're joint top and everything, and they can potentially go top. For me, I think Man City, they showed today that when it comes to, when they get to their best, they're not, Man United are not on the same level as them. They're just not. They've been playing well recently, but they don't have the depth of Man City. They don't play the quality of football. It's been a lot of late decisions, a lot of penalties. We all know about this. Do you know what I mean? They've been playing well, but they're not on Man City's level, and it was shown today. It was clear.
Yeah, I don't even think Droopy's disagreeing, mate. He's just there giving it.
I definitely agree with it. Like, I've never ever thought we've ever kind of matched them, even when Fergie was there. So I just feel like, I can't even disagree with that one. I feel
Even
like
when Fergie was there.
I feel like even when Fergie was there, like the end of his season, I feel like they kind of player for player. I just feel like they were always beating us. I just feel like we just had something over them where we just knew how to beat them. But I think player for player, when Fergie was there, they were still kind of better. They had a better team than us.
We got here. Gabriel's asking, "How old is that you?" And by you, he's talking about Shay Kelly. Shay looks like he should be going to bed. You guys might not know Shay. Me and Shay have been having Instagram wars for a while. I know people are asking, "Where's the Cheeky Sport Instagram?" They did take it down for copyright. If we don't get it back, we're going to be starting a new IG this week anyway, guys. Don't worry, the banter will be back. But yeah, Shay, I know you're a Liverpool fan, 14 years old, plays for Stoke City, goalkeeper, playing for the under-16s. He knows his stuff. We're always wishing you well in the football. I know you're a Liverpool fan. You shouldn't really be here, but what did you think of the game today?
I thought, I know it was a bit of a Mickey Mouse game, and it's not like a Prem or nothing, but obviously it's a semi-final, right? And I couldn't see Man U fighting enough me. Where even after they went 2-0 down, it was just we'll just have a little bit of a go. Where I know it was, I think Fernandinho scored that volley at the 82nd minute or whatever, but either way you try and get back into the game, and they're in it forward to Rashford on his own, and it was just what's going on there a bit, because I thought they played a strong team. I thought the defence actually they put a strong defence out, but Luke Shaw as well. Maybe should have played that. Tellers me. I didn't think Fernandez was involved as much. I thought he was a bit quiet. I think everyone was just a bit quiet on United team today.
Why? Sorry, you might have to check with your parents, mate, why your internet's acting up. But that's for another time, yeah. Why didn't you guys start Tellez? I don't know if anyone knows. Why is he not playing?
It's a very good question, because I genuinely thought he was going to start this game. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because he feels like Shaw's still number one. But I just feel like Shaw doesn't bring enough to the game. I think defensively he's shocking. He was leading. He left the left-hand side so many times. There was so much space, and especially in the first half, it was scary. It was proper scary. But I don't know. Going forward, okay, but defensively, I don't know what Ollie sees in him.
I'm feeling him. And Steve, when you look at, obviously it's happy day for you guys. You beat United, but surely it's a disgrace, right? Did you ever watch that game and think, yeah, you know what, they might do us, or was you in cruise control the whole way?
Listen, last season they beat us 3 times. The only time we needed to really get the result, and we beat them, got to the final and won the cup. But a lot of people give Ollie credit against City because we played into what people realise is we played into their hands last year. We thought we're Man City, we'll blow these away. We turned up, we tried to steam them, they caught us on the counter attack and beat us. So this year, what he's done there is he started off a little bit reservedly, you know what I mean? With Gundogan in midfield, we've had De Bruyne higher up the pitch, and it gave United a headache. You've seen it the other week with that derby, right? We went to Old Trafford, yeah. It was the most boring game in the world, but it was boring because United sat back thinking we were going to try and plough them again, and they were going to get us on the counter. But what Pep did last time in the league, he just went, okay, then we'll just sit here and you just sit there and you come at us, and then we do a stalemate. But tonight, you know what I mean? Fair play to him. You know, everyone played well tonight, and we took it to him. And do you know what? It was a really good game of football in the first half. You know, I'm always wary of their front three. They're fast. You know what I mean? I'm always wary of it. You've got to, I mean, you know me, Joel. Man United and me don't mix, but credit where credit's due. You know what I mean? They're playing well at the minute and they're getting results. You can't knock them for that. So to go there tonight and beat them 2-0. I'm over the moon. I'm over the blue moon.
Yeah, well, of course, we can tell. Frank, I know you're dying to say something. You know what I mean? Droopy is coming for you still, but yeah.
Listen, I'm going to start full praise to Manchester City. You know, Matisse said it earlier. Phil Foden looked fantastic. I also think Raheem Sterling looked great. John Stones, again, was fantastic for me. That defensive partnership of Ruben Diaz and John Stones was absolutely excellent today. Maybe that's what City need to look at going forward. I think only the goalkeepers were less likely to score than John Stones. I think that was his first Man City goal in what, three years? Something like that, something crazy. On top of that, Fernandinho's goal was absolutely fantastic. And what you've got to remember is that Manchester City done this, absolutely obliterated Manchester United without a recognised striker on the pitch. So that just shows the strength of the team. But for United, this is music to my ears because I honestly believe United got absolutely wiped the floor with today. Like, that was City from the get-go. Absolutely today.
Matisse, you're there with your Chelsea top, like looking all like confused and that. Like, you know what I mean? Are you looking at City now thinking to yourself, I know this has been the League Cup, but are you thinking, right, you know what, yeah, they're actually the team to watch out for in the league? You know? Because we know it's not you guys anymore. We know Frank's.
It's not Chelsea. It's not Chelsea.
Yeah, we
You
know Frank.
you don't need to talk about us tonight. Do you know what I mean? Leave us alone. Let us fade into the background. We got to have some conversations with ourselves. Do you know what I mean? We need to go back to work behind closed doors, outside the media attention. But I'm not gonna lie. There's a golfing class manager-wise that we haven't spoken about between Pep and Ollie, and that really was what it was today. Do you know what I mean? If you just watch the football being played by Man City, that's a level above. And Ollie, like I said, with Ollie, I know he's been able to ride it out and individuals are coming to the fore and Pogba's like, you know, dive and all of these things. And Mourinho's calling it out in the interview saying, you know, your players are just falling over. Bruno's kicking his own legs and all these things. It's great. I'm sure that is not sustainable though. At the end of the day, you need a real coach, do you know what I mean, to make a proper system and go forward. That is how you're going to get back to the top. Ollie's not going to win the league. Honestly, it's not going to happen. I know there's been a lot of hype recent weeks and whatnot, and it's been fun, but it's not going to happen. There's too many top quality coaches. There's too many top quality coaches in the league for that to happen. I'm sorry. It just won't happen. There's a reason why Pep and Klopp are here. Pep and Klopp won't stand for that nonsense. Do you know what I mean? It won't happen. Not on their watch. So I'm good. Do you know what I mean? I just needed, you know what I'm saying? Like, Man City, I had a little vendetta against them after they dismantled my team and destructed my team over the weekend. Now I can break bread, drink wine with them. Do you know what I mean? We can make peace because now they've done what they needed to do. They've humbled Man United's fan base for a little bit. Now I need Liverpool to do the same thing. We keep it moving, and they can come back down to earth where we are, and then we can talk again. Do you know what I mean? Right now, I can't talk to Man United fans, but when they start dropping naturally where they're meant to be, and we can have conversations again. Do you know what I mean? It's good.
First of all, man, them in the comments are saying the guy with glasses knows nothing, right?
Obviously, it's a Man United chat. Obviously, it's a Man United chat. I don't know who,
obviously, yeah. Secondly, I hear you, and I know. Again, like I said, I know this is EFL, but I feel like tonight we learned a lot about City in general, and maybe even United. Are you looking, Shay? Are you looking at City thinking, oh, you know what, like, you know, they're the team to watch out for? Shay?
United are.
No, City.
City are the team to watch out for.
Yeah,
What do you mean watch out for? They're like
in the league.
second best in the league. They're not a team to watch out for. Like, yeah, because we're the best in the league. The injuries we've had and we're still flying. The injuries we've had and we're still flying. Right, they're not a team to watch out for. Everyone knows City are boss. I'll admit it. Like, they've got the depth that they've got. They haven't got one. I'd say they haven't got one average player. I reckon they're all very decent. But yeah, they're not a team to watch out for. I reckon they'll come second this season. If not, they'll win. Because United are just nah. Chelsea fell off, haven't they? Chelsea are playing like Arsenal. Arsenal as well.
Whoa.
Leave us alone. Leave us alone.
Language.
Listen, I only heard half of what you said.
So
you got to do me a favor. I'm gonna write a letter to your parents so they can improve your internet, mate. Yeah. Are you back at school? What's going on with school? Is it off or on?
I don't even know. We haven't got it for ages anyway. So
was it? What did they say? 18th of January. Are you in the same position as us? Are you tier 3 or 4? Feb.
I don't even know. 4, 3.
I think it's a national lockdown, isn't it? I think it's just the same.
I think it's
apply for the
everybody's
whole
in the same boat. Yeah, I think everybody's just shut the
It's
whole
like
lock off the whole thing.
The one in August and stuff.
Well, good luck with that. Anyway, I know. Are you still playing? Like Stoke? Are you guys training?
Yeah. Well, I'm only on trial at the minute, so it's just keep going until I get told. We can't carry on or something. But I seen a thing today. Under 9s to under 15s is stopping, but it might be black. I don't know yet.
Well, good luck, mate. Good luck. If you need an agent, you know where to go. Droopy, you look very. I think you look kind of somber, mate. Do you know what I mean? Looking somber.
Yeah.
What's up, man? You look like this is more than the League Cup semi-final.
I think no. Do you know what? For me, you need to remember we've been in a good run. So, like, I've never gone on this United are back. I've just kind of gone with the wind. I do still believe Man City are the team to watch out for. I've never actually thought they had lost it. I just feel like with how football's gone with COVID, I think everyone kind of started a bit sloppy, but now everyone's kind of picking their tracks. So I just feel like we go with the wind. Now obviously I know I don't see us winning the league, but if we do, then mate, I'll be shocked. I'll be very shocked with that. So I know Man City are kind of still the team to look out for. But I did to be honest, I didn't know what to expect. Now with Man U, you just don't know what to expect anymore when they come out. Like today, I genuinely didn't know if we were going to win or draw the game or win the game. I just thought, are we going to actually perform today?
Was you happy with the performance, or?
Do you know what? I was. I'm not going to say it wasn't a bad performance. I just think Man City were just really good. That's it. Yeah. They were really good. And that was literally it. There's no crossing it or anything like that. So I was happy with it. Just, again, Shaw, I wasn't too impressed with Shaw. I think everyone else obviously Fernandes, it's not the Fernandes that we normally see. Rashford, not again. Another player that I felt like it was just a bit quiet today. But there's not, I'll be honest, no excuses. I just think Man City were just really good.
Should Paul Pogba do better?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I think there's only so much that he can do in the team that he's around, to be honest.
Any other team, right? Any other team gave a player away for nothing, then bought him back for 100 million and he performed how he performs, right, he'd be lynched in every single paper in the world. How that guy gets away with it, I do not know. He strolls around in that midfield with his daft haircut, thinking he's Kevin De Bruyne.
Leave his haircut alone. You know that's got nothing to do with it.
All he's famous for, listen, all he's famous for is haircuts and
He's just got in his haircut.
It's not. It's not Football Manager. If you spend 100 million on a player, yeah, he's got to drag you to titles and he's got to make it worth it. Yaya Toure, for example, didn't cost a fraction of that, but he dominated games, and in the big games he turned up and he won us trophies. That Pogba is a joke, mate. I don't care what he's a joke, and he just got shown up then off Gundogan. Gundogan looked like my Turkish barber, and he just ran rings round him.
Steve, do you not think there's only so much he can do though in that Manchester United squad?
I think when you're that caliber, he's got the talent. When you're that kind of player, you've got to assert yourself in that team. Sometimes you see a team and a player stands out. He stands out because he's class. He's in a team where, I'm not being funny, he's in midfield with McTominay and Fred, and he doesn't stand out. So what does that tell you about that guy?
Yeah, no, you got a good
I'm
point.
not gonna lie, Pogba does have absolutely everything you want as a footballer. Like, this is a guy who has no limitations in his game.
He's got just not showing it right now.
He's got pace. He's got strength. I won't
have him at City. I won't want him there. He's poison. The guy's poison. The other week before that derby, his agent comes out and says, "Oh, he wants to leave and all that." What's all that about? Because if that wouldn't have happened under Fergie, because Fergie would have had him off. Fergie did have him off.
Bruno was poor.
He did have him off because of the same agent.
Say again.
Matisse said Bruno was poor today as well.
Yeah, he gave away a lot of passes. Very sloppy, man. Like, honestly, I was watching him closely in the final third. Such a simple ball out wide. Brother just gives it away. I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, where's your...
There's a bit of fire in that. There's a bit of fire in him. You see him chasing the balls and he's pressing high, and you look at him and he wants to...
You can run around all you want, but if you're still, when you get the ball, if you're misplacing the pass, then that's not good enough as a number 10. So I genuinely think
he's buckling as well. Yeah, I think he's buckling underneath the weight of carrying Manchester United this season, to be fair.
He's got the show pony next to him.
He's not buckling anything. He just had a poor game. Like, I feel like you guys he just had a poor game today. You know what I mean? And players are allowed to have poor games. With Pogba, okay, cool. He's not pulling up his weight. He's been here for, 4 years or 3 years, and it hasn't been good.
No. It's definitely longer than 3 years, mate.
5 years. Nearly 5 years.
4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
All right, cool. He's had a good 2 years of it out of the 5. But it should be better. Really?
Yeah, I'd agree. He's had 2 good quality seasons.
2 whole seasons. I'm sorry. Yeah. Steve, do you remember 2 solid seasons from Paul Pogba?
I'll tell you Paul Pogba's best game, yeah? Paul Pogba, the week before the derby, when we were going to win the league against them, yeah, Pep Guardiola said, Man United, his agent tried to offload Pogba to City in the January. Pogba turned up in the derby with blue hair in the derby, yeah? And scored 2 goals and he beat us and he delayed us the title by a week. That was his best ever game. That's all I can remember him doing for Man United. Couple of dabs, mad haircuts, and he won the Europa League.
No, I think the season where he first joined, and then I think it was the season that Ollie joined for the first time, and he scored something crazy from midfield.
He did have one outstanding season, I can remember.
Yeah.
If you're looking at the Ollie season, I'm pretty sure that he did it when Jose got sacked for the second part of the season, right?
Yeah, but no, because he played well leading up. I do believe he did for that season, but over the entire Mourinho reign, maybe not so much. But that season specifically, and the season that he first joined, I thought he was quality.
We got here, Marshall 19 says, Paul Pogba had 16 goals and 17 assists in one season. Stop all this Pogba agenda.
Yeah, that's the season I'm referring to. I don't know what season that was.
That's the season I'm referring
to. Yeah, he had a mad season.
But that was the season that Ollie came in, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And his first season wasn't great either.
I understand where this comment's coming from, because it's not just Pogba. The whole team was dead today. Let's be real. Do you know what I mean? Like, they just weren't at it today. So I don't want to just put it all on Pogba. And to be honest, I've been saying this for maybe a year and a half. Once Pogba leaves, which he definitely needs to, just better for both parties, because I don't think it's working anymore. Once he leaves, if he goes to Spain, he's going to tear it up. He really is. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's still got, like I said, he's still got all the fundamentals to be one of the best midfielders in the world. Just needs to needs to be in a new setting for me, a new place, new headspace, and go to a new club and just come fresh again. And I think if Man United need a replacement, don't look any further than Jack Grealish.
Well, he stood
Don't
out
like
at
helping out
Juventus,
rivals or anything, but
He stood out at Juventus, but in Italy it's a solid league, isn't it? So, of course, if he went to Spain, he'd probably look a bit better.
Yeah, I think at Juventus he was covered by your Vidals, your Pirlo's, all these players. Now at Man United, he's a bit deeper, and I personally don't think Pogba's best when he's deepest. I think he's better in the number 10 when he's free.
Pogba in a deep position is absolutely wasted. He needs to be playing, like Matisse said, as a number 10. He's wasted.
Yeah, 100%. He needs the freedom. Even on the wing, even when you see him in wide spaces, he always dribbles. He gets past his man. He's got great close control. So I just think put him in the number 10 in a free role, and I think he'd be a lot better. But when you restrict, for me, him and Bruno cannot play in the same team anyway. So unless you're playing a 4-3-3, so yeah, it's a bit dead right now.
I sometimes I argue that though, because if you see their performance against Villa, they both had a great game and they both played in the same team. So
it's inconsistent though. It's inconsistent. It won't last for any stretch of time.
It's inconsistent, and I think I just feel like Pogba needs that. He just needs to be free within that area, from the number 10 to number 9. But anything behind that, I just think he's going to get found out because he loves to be on the ball for too long. And in the Premier League, you ain't got time on the ball. Do you know what I mean? It's not like Italy where you can do all these stuff on the ball and you just pass it around. You don't have time.
I think it's just that position in general that you don't have time on the ball, not just in Premier League. As a defensive mid, like you just need to get rid of the ball, release the ball.
I think
this is a problem. We're talking about Paul Pogba, like Steve said, 100 mil. And we're talking about he's holding onto the ball too long. He can't do this position.
He does lack discipline.
Every time Man United have signed a player, Matic, Fred, Bruno, it always says, he's going to unlock Pogba. He's going to unlock Pogba. Pogba must have a lot of change around him because none of these guys are unlocking nothing. You know what I mean? You've got to look at it. The bare facts is you paid £100 million for a player that we all know has got it, and you ask the question, has he performed up to his potential? No. Does he pull you out the shit? No. Does he win you important games? No. So what is he actually doing? So you might as well get rid of him, innit?
I think he should just come to Arsenal, personally.
You've got one of them at Arsenal, you've got Ozil.
I'm just picturing a Thomas Partey, Paul Pogba pivot. It would be beautiful.
Yeah, well, maybe 15 years ago, mate.
Well, how much are you going to get for Pogba then if you get rid of him?
Good question.
How much are you going to
He's still worth a lot, in my opinion. I think his value.
Yeah, he'll still go for like 50 million.
Yeah, not 100 mil, but yeah, £60 million mark.
I think,
yeah. Because his Instagram account's worth a lot. No, it's true. But also talking about Paul Pogba, I know everyone's saying, "Oh yeah, Paul Pogba, etc." I'm just going to switch it up a little bit. Phil Foden, is he that good?
Of course he's that good. Do you know what, Joel? How many times did the people tell me on your show that Pep was ruining Foden because he wouldn't let him go on loan to Stoke or Bournemouth?
I said that. I said that at one point.
And I told you the reason why. Because my mate that works there told me the reason why. He said, if he lets Phil Foden go out on loan to another Premier League club, in them other dressing rooms, there's players out there who think they're bad boys, they think they're all this and all that, and it rubs off. And some players can come back from a loan spell, a totally different player. So he's kept him in City, he's kept him with David Silva, he's kept him with Kevin De Bruyne, and they're the two quality players. He kept him with him, kept the kid grounded until the time was right. And Foden could have done the Jadon Sancho and threw his toys out the pram and said, I want to leave. But he didn't. He stuck to his guns. Look at him now. He's in the England squad. He's pulling birds with Greenwood and he's roasting. What more?
How good do you think he? Because I think he's good. I do think he's good, but I don't think he's it though. I think.
Well, do you know why? Do you know how you got to judge him? Yeah, this is how you got to judge him. You know, look at the players on the pitch tonight. Yeah. And he didn't look out of place with them players.
I keep saying that. Listen, if anyone's played at a decent level or even seen football properly at a decent level, when you get to a higher level, what happens is, Shay will tell you this, when you're playing at a higher age or whatever it is, don't matter what level, the game can really pass you by. Yeah. Because when you're playing with good quality players, the ball's just going you feel like you're in slow motion or fast motion. You don't even know what's going on. Phil Foden's brain, is fantastic as far as I'm concerned. He thinks quick. He's got quick feet. He's not the biggest lad. I see him muscling. Who did he muscle in the last game?
Zuma.
The guy's got it. Do you know what I mean? I know it's a bit weird. The size of his thighs, even though he's a bit small at the top.
And you know what's good with him as well? For a young boy, he's not into the big Range Rovers, the fancy watches and all that. You'll see him. People will put a video on the Manchester Evening News website and Foden been knocking a ball about in the street with a load of kids.
Yeah, but he's into Iceland birds though, Steve. Let's not pay him as a...
let's not pay him as a saint. He's had his
controversies. The job, you know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
If we want to asking how many girls have they got, so let's not do
that. Because if we want to talk about if you're gonna talk about goody two shoes, then that's got to go to Mason Mount. You know what I mean? So
to be honest, even he broke lockdown rules to go and play football with Declan Rice back last year.
You're joking.
I don't know if there's any. To be honest, I don't know any England youngster that's actually a goodie. Apart from Reece James, I don't know any others. To be honest,
I just feel
something about Reece James and had to.
I think he's doing the business now. Anyway, he's in the team. One of the best managers in the world. He's trusting him now, and it's a process with him. You know what I mean? There's a lot of this impatience now with these young kids. They're impatient. They want everything now. Look at Jadon Sancho. Yeah, last season's on the verge of a Man United move for 120 odd million. Yeah, look at him this year. Do you think they'll buy him now? Look at him this season. Something's not right with him.
But I don't think that's generally. First of all, Man United are not in a position to be picky about Jadon Sancho. They could do with Jadon Sancho, and they could do with Jack Grealish. So. You know, and I think he started off well in the Bundesliga, but you're right, it's not really been the same. But what are you saying, that players get ahead of themselves? Is that what you're saying?
I think so. Of course I do. I think so. I've seen it with myself. We've got one at City now, young kid, the Dutch kid, Jaden Brave. Yeah, I know for a fact he's a superstar, and he's on the level of Jadon Sancho, a superstar. Yeah, and he wants everything now. So he's been training with the first team. And I know people can quote me on this because people say, "Oh, he's going to do this." He ain't never going to kick a ball for us. He'll be gone because he's rubbed people up the wrong way in the club. He's rubbed certain players up the wrong way, and don't have him anywhere near the first team now. So he's off with the kids. But he'll go to Dortmund and he'll be a superstar. But you know, thing with Pep is you've got to give him credit. He doesn't have them kind of players around the team. Joe Hart was the same. His attitude got in the way. Pep got rid. You know, and he's not frightened of doing it. And I think you've got to toe the line. Fergie was exactly the same. You either did it the Fergie way or you got out of the way. Some of these clubs are being run by players, not by managers. You know what I mean? That's what I think. Some big players are bigger than the clubs and they're running things. And it's sad to see. But listen, that Jaden Brave is a fantastic talent. I love him to play for City, but it's not a chance it's happening. Because of his attitude.
Friends out there.
So, question for some of you guys, Frank.
Different
does Greenwood have a bigger ceiling than Foden, do you reckon?
I genuinely, I just think it depends on how each player is used. Like Phil Foden is really excelling under Pep Guardiola right now, and if he continues to play the way he's playing, he's going to be an excellent, potentially world-class player. Whereas Greenwood is good, but he's dropped off a tiny bit from when we was all talking about him. People were trying to tell me he was better than Martinelli and all that absolute rubbish. But I do think that between the two, Foden has the higher ceiling for me.
Wow.
Yeah, I would agree because I think mentally up there, Foden's on another level working with Pep. Yeah. It's all about, at that age, it's not just about the ability. They both have bundles of ability. It's who you work with. And like I said, I've made this comparison before. Oli to Pep. It's night and day. So for me, that's what separates it. They're both in the prime of their development stage, of their development years, and one's got one of the best managers in the world, and the other one doesn't. So for me, mentally, I can just see Foden will just kick on to another level. Unless Greenwood goes to works under a better manager, I don't see.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. Under Solskjaer, I can't see him getting much better than he already is. But under a different manager, for example, if he was to go and play for Mourinho, Greenwood would be brilliant.
What for Greenwood?
Greenwood, yeah.
On that counter attack, you've got Kane, Son, and then Greenwood on the other side. rap for everyone.
I don't know about that. Shay, what do you reckon? I know Shay wants to talk about Curtis Jones. Sorry, go on. Sorry, guys. Go on.
Well, I haven't actually watched Spurs that much this season, but like when he played us, Greenwood ended up playing right back for Spurs. All he done was sit off and defend Spurs.
Yeah, boy. Well, it depends. Yeah, it depends. I don't know what. That's the thing with Jose. You don't know what he's going to do with players. You don't know what he's going to do with players.
I don't. Obviously, I'm not like. I reckon Greenwood has like good potential. To be fair, like that, I think it was the game against Wolves, and like he score? Like he scored like a rocket. It was weak foot and that. And he's like, he's got good. Like he's both footed there. He can use them like really well and that. And like putting him on a wing, he could cut in either side. Like he could be. I reckon he could be dead useful under like the right manager. Like on an attacking side.
Droopy, what was you saying? Sorry, I couldn't hear you properly.
No, I would disagree about when it was said that he wouldn't perform well under Jose. Or did you say he would or he wouldn't perform well?
He would perform under Jose.
No, I think the only manager that would probably get the best out of Greenwood it would be Poch. Poch knows how to play with young boys.
Yeah, the point that I was trying to make that I think he needs a better manager than Solskjaer. Not Mourinho specifically.
Yeah, no, I feel like loads of managers will get the best out of him. Yeah. But yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I do agree with that. But I think Foden under the manager, I think Foden will excel a bit quicker than Greenwood, but better manager. I reckon. Greenwood is a better player. Actually, I don't know. I think they're similar. I think they're kind of similar if you really look at it.
It's hard to say because it's a hypothetical situation. We've sort of just got to go off of what we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Well, one's a striker and one's a creator, isn't it? So it's they're different players anyway.
The thing is with Greenwood, he's a striker. One of the best strikers about was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That guy could finish, mate. So at the end of the day, see anyone you want to be learning tips off, it's Ole. Mourinho couldn't kick nothing, could he, in his footballing days?
You say that, but let's not.
But we say that, but when it comes to actually coaching, it's not even close.
Yeah.
No, I'm just from the perspective of a striker on a striker. You know what I mean? But listen, you could do. There's an easier way of judging it. Would Greenwood get in City's team? Would he get on the bench?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know because you've got such strength in depth.
That's how good Phil Foden is.
I know.
Phil Foden was in our matchday squad. He had David Silva, he had Kevin De Bruyne, he's had Gundogan, he's all these players in that team, and he's getting in the squad. Obviously, now he's in the side, so that's where I think he's just pushed on that little bit further. You know what I mean?
Greenwood could probably get into the matchday squad for Man City as well. Matchday squad. Well, I mean, like if you're looking, especially with the fact that you guys are all pretty much always short on attackers, not always, and sometimes you'll have a good Riyad Mahrez, you'll have a bad Riyad Mahrez.
Yeah, he's not going to get in no ahead of Mahrez, is he, at the minute? And Jesus or Aguero or Sterling.
It's an argument. It is an argument, though. I wouldn't say he wouldn't. I think it's an argument because Mahrez, you just never know when he will turn up. So
yeah. I know Mahrez is mad at the minute.
Final question. We can't forget.
Keeper should have done well better.
You reckon
it?
From a keeper.
Dean Henderson's been.
Listen, apart from that goal, I think Dean Henderson had a great game. To be fair, he made a few quality saves despite conceding two. But yeah, I think Dean Henderson should have done better there. But we can't take anything away from the goal. The technique was beautiful.
Are you not being for real? Is that are you not being serious?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Dean Henderson definitely should have done better, but I don't think that can take away from the goal.
I don't think he had a chance with that, mate. I don't think he
had a chance.
It was great.
Did you see how many players were in front of him? He's hit that first time. It's hit off of the ground as well. He could, mate, to save that, bro. Nah, I'm not having that.
Well, Fernandinho was rolling back the years, man. He's rolling back the years. You know?
Yeah,
him up every game.
He's in the middle of the goal flat-footed.
I don't see De Gea.
Should be saving them.
Nah, man, he's not saving that.
Boy, well, I reckon
it was a good goal, but
it's a good goal. It is a good...
If he died for that, he'd save it, but he never.
But I don't think it's that. Do you know what it is? I just thought he couldn't see because there were too many players in front of him.
Yeah.
Because I did and think
That is a fact. Yeah, he must.
It's like
Yeah,
the bounce.
Cleveland game good enough. He added it to him.
Yeah, it bounced a little bit, so it wasn't like a straight volley. Where it was like, woo, but I just feel like
that's what I'm saying.
I just feel like the positioning, like you just couldn't. I don't know. For me, I just thought maybe he just couldn't see it. Like, do you know what I mean?
100%. He could not.
Yeah, I don't think it was like an error. Do you know what I'm saying? But either way, you know, we've seen what we've seen. We can see that Man City, obviously, they're through to the final. I know I said last question, but last question: Spurs or City in the final?
See,
I want Spurs to win.
Obviously.
Yeah, of course you want Spurs to
It's
win.
got to be City, man. Hopefully.
City.
Hopefully. Like,
Well,
I'm not trying to see
I think
Tottenham win
as
anything.
much as we see the quality today with City, I think don't forget about Mourinho. He knows how to win finals. So
Yeah, it'd be a tough game. It'd be a tough game, and Tottenham will beat us.
tough game.
It'd be a tough game. It'd be a battle of the managers, won't it? At the end of the day, who outfoxes who?
Like that Champions League game.
Yeah.
It's actually
It's-
fascinating watch, to be fair. So it's
What
two
happened in
top
the final?
teams.
The Champions.
thank you for bringing it up. Thank you for bringing it up.
This
Thank
guy,
you for bringing it up.
you need to go to bed, mate, Shay. It's too late for you.
Mourinho went in charge them days, though, still.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to go to bed soon, mate. Predictions, Frank, what's your predictions?
4-0 City.
Nah, come
So
on.
listen, we've got to remember this is in April. Obviously, that's a bit.
Such
We've
an
got to remember.
answer,
I'm joking. Listen, I'm joking. That's just what I want to see. But what we've got to remember is this final is still 3 months away. We've still got a whole load of games to go before we get to this point. So I think for me, it's too hard to make a prediction because it's so far away.
Well, they moved it from February.
It's April now.
Lord Jesus.
But if I had to choose a prediction based off of current form, 2-1 City for me. 2-1 City.
Shay?
I reckon it'll go to time or something, me.
You what?
I reckon it'll go to pens.
Penalties.
I reckon it'll go to pens.
Wow.
I
You
reckon
talking 0-0
City's
penalties,
Spurs
1-1
very
penalties, or what?
If they play that final next week, I reckon they're even at the minute, though, aren't they? Because if you look at both defences, I'd say both. Actually, I reckon Harry Kane and Son have been playing well together lately, like very well. Some goals in them where there's also mistakes in both defences, isn't there?
I don't know.
City's defence is a rock at the minute.
I'd say Spurs to win, but then I don't know. I wouldn't know.
Steve, based off current form, say I think Shay said it a minute ago. Say the final was to be next week. Who would you have as a centre back pairing against Tottenham?
Them two. I mean, we said it all along. Listen, John Stones has come in. Everyone was talking about who was going to partner Laporte, Diaz, or Stones. That was it. Now everyone's saying who's going to partner Diaz. Laporte's
Stones has improved.
You know what I mean? Chucked to the side. That Diaz, I'm not joking. You look at it, it looks like a typical English centre half. He's barking orders to him. He's thrown his body there in front of 5 or 6 shots tonight, which is 7 goals, man.
Yeah.
And the guy's come from Portugal. It's a hot level. He's playing there tonight. He's getting stuck in. He just breaks the mold for me. He doesn't look like a Portuguese style centre half. You know what I mean?
Well, I guess if you're comparing him to like a Pepe, he kind of does, doesn't he? He just doesn't give a crap.
Yeah, I was thinking more like
Yeah.
Working. Listen, you've got to keep the players that are on form. And for me, it'd be Stones. John Stones deserves some credit because he was out the door. He was out the door. He was lifestyle he was living and everything around Manchester. The stories. You know, he was going to get booted, but fair play to him.
So what are you saying, Drew P? Predictions?
I think I'll be honest. I see. I don't know, 2-1, a 2-1 City, or I can see it 1-0 each. I don't know. I don't see it being a high scoring game.
2-0.
Yeah, 2-0, 1-0.
That's
a bit on the fence, isn't it?
I just don't see. I think Mourinho's going to sit back. I think he's just going to play. He's going to play his game. You know, and finals, you need to remember, he always brings the game. So you're playing his game. He's just going to defend and get the one goal and then just go for it and just literally just sit back. So I just see it like a 2-1.
That's why I said extra time and pens.
Yeah.
Does it go to extra time now?
Yeah, I
The
see
final?
extra. It goes straight to
Oh,
that.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
is the-
final. Yeah. Oh, wait,
It goes
no,
straight-
because they took it out, didn't they? They
Yeah,
took it
I'm
out,
sure
yeah.
they did,
I'm sure
yeah.
it goes straight to penalties.
Yeah, it goes
You're
straight.
joking.
Yeah,
Yeah, go
because
to
they've,
I reckon they go
they've
to-
taken out two-legged ties. I think
Pens or
this one
extra
wasn't two-legged. And then I think they took out extra time as well.
Oh, wow.
Straight penalties. So either 0-0 or 1-0.
Wow. Yeah, Big Steve, you said? Sorry?
I think it'll be tight. I do. I think Mourinho is going to be cautious, and I think it'll be tight. Yeah, I think it'll be tight. I'll go 2-0 City, mate.
Someone says here, Flintoff Bradman says, Jose Masterclass 1-0. Matisse, what are you saying?
I can't wait for
I'll probably go over
Mourinho to-
1-1 and then penalty shootout win for City.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, I reckon it's going to be, I say 1-0 Jose, you know. Not because I think they're the better team, but
Joel, I am so close to posting that picture I had of you in your in that Tottenham
you
shirt.
can do what you want, bro. You can do what you want. I'm just keeping it real, bro, because I feel like if there's one man you don't want to go against in the final, he's beaten Pep in finals before. Do you know what I mean? He knows how to do it, man. Not because he's had better teams, but just because he will soak it up. He will soak up the pressure. It will look ugly, but he will do what he has to do. And with that counter-attacking team with Kane and Son, mate,
Motivation-wise, Tottenham have got all the motivation on their side as well.
yeah, they ain't got nothing to lose. You know what I mean? He's trying to dethrone. He's going to make that League Cup look like it's the bloody Premier League, bro.
Yeah.
He's going to be talking. And if he wins it, you guys are going to know that he won it, even though it's the League Cup.
Yeah.
Completely off topic, by the way, guys. And this stat came out. I found this earlier. It's been 21,804 days since Tottenham last won the league.
You
Completely
lot are
irrelevant to know.
obsessed.
Completely irrelevant to know. I feel like I had to get it.
Shameless.
We're 11th, but we're reigning FA Cup champions, mate. At our worst, we're FA Cup champions. At our best, we're invincible. End of.
Right, we got to leave it out, mate. It's not that time, mate. It's not. Matisse, what's your prediction?
Yeah, still, penalties for City, but I think 1-1. But I do agree. I think Mourinho, he's the last person you want to come up in the final, and I think he is gonna make this look like a Champions League final for them because they haven't won a trophy since God knows when, like 2008. So yeah, I think they'll probably stink the place out, and yeah, we'll probably go to penalties, and it's anyone's game.
No worries. Guys, I want to say thank you very much for logging on. I know this is the first one that we've done. We're getting used to it. The lives will be back doing loads and loads. Big shout out to you guys coming on. Make sure you follow the guys on IG. I've got the stuff scrolling around. Instagram, Matisse's channel, MA. So I'll let everyone say their own stuff. Frank, what are they following you on?
Yeah, so my main platform is, of course, my Instagram at Frank Hastings01, and then my TikTok. I'm starting to do TikTok a lot more now, so F Hastings 2001 on that.
Okay, and Shay, what are you on? Hey, this kid.
Yo.
Yeah, what are they following you on, mate?
Just Instagram, that's it.
What's it? What is it?
Shay Cali 06.
Shay Cali 06. Droopy?
Herms with a 3, so HE3MZ on Instagram. So follow me on there, guys.
I know Big Steve's at Big Steve MCFC in it. So
Yeah.
and obviously Matisse, we've already said your YouTube channel, and obviously you're on IG as well. Guys, we'll see you soon. Thanks for logging on. We will be doing more and improving as we go. See you guys soon. Peace.
Peace.
In a bit.